Will the guests please be seated for the procession of the faculty, graduates, and platform party? We ask that you please keep the aisles clear for the graduates to come through. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? In preparation for the presentation and posting of the colors and the playing of our national anthem, please stand and remove any hats or other headdress and place your right hand over your heart in salute to our nation's flag. Today's color guard is provided by the Stephen F. Austin State University Department of Military Science. These young men and women will soon join the ranks of over 600 officers appointed from SFA and lead American soldiers across the globe in defense of our freedom. The national colors are being posted by the Stephen F. Austin State University Army ROTC Color Guard. The Color Guard is commanded by Cadet Sean Remco, Cadet Dane Engel, Cadet Leo Secor, Cadet Brady Wilmuth.
Good evening, everyone. Please be seated. Friends and family of our graduates, as Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, and on behalf of our faculty, staff, and students, I am so pleased to welcome you to the Spring 2023 commencement at Stephen F. Austin State University. Now, graduates, we are celebrating you tonight. You put in the hard work, but you had a lot of support from the faculty and staff, many of whom are here, staff seated standing in the aisles, but you put in the hard work. You rolled up your sleeves, you stayed up late at night, you put in all that was required for you to get to this point in your life, and this is a big deal, a tremendous milestone. And so everyone, please just join me with a loud, enthusiastic round of applause for our students, graduates. Now, everyone on this stage behind me, everyone also supported you in one way or another. So at this time, I would like to recognize them. And as I mention their name, I ask that they stand and remain standing so that they can all be recognized together. To my left on the top row is Dr. Chris McKenna, Chair, Faculty Senate. Ms. Jada Cartwright, Student Body President. Ms. Carrie Charlie, Interim Vice President of Student Affairs. Dr. Lee Furbeck, Vice President for Enrollment Management. Ms. Gina Oglesby, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Ms. Jill Still, Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. Mark Guidry, Associate Provost. Mr. Craig Turnage, Executive Director of Alumni Relations. Ms. Nita Hudson, Lecturer of Music. Dr. Stephen Tafe, Regent Scholar, 2022-2023, and Professor of History. Mr. Michael Coffey, Chief Information Officer. Mr. Graham Garner, Chief Marketing Communications Officer. And Dr. Mishara Delaney Fields, Chief Diversity Officer. To my left, front row, Mr. Mickey Diaz, Registrar. Dr. Sheriel Jerez, Interim Dean of Research and Graduate Studies. Dr. Judy Abbott, Dean, James I. Perkins College of Education. Dr. Hans M. Williams, Dean, Arthur Temple College of Forestry and Agriculture. Dr. Dustin Knapp, Dean, College of Liberal and Applied Arts. Dr. Steve Westbrook, President. Mr. Jason Downing, Principal and Board Member, Deloitte, and SFA 1992 alumnus. And Ms. Paige Vadnais, Board of Regents Student Representative from Forney. Now, I want to pause to really just give particular attention on our Board of Regents. I'm not sure how much people realize how much energy and time these professionals put into serving a university. And so I recognize first Ms. Nancy Wyndham, Board of Regents from Nacogdoches. Ms. Karen Gant, Chair, Board of Regents from McKinney. Mr. Tom Mason, Vice Chair, Board of Regents from Dallas. Ms. Jennifer Winston, Board of Regents from Lufkin. And Mr. David Alders, Board of Regents from Nacogdoches. For all of your incredible passion and success and love for the university, thank you, Board of Regents, for all that you've done. Let us congratulate all of them and recognize them with an applause. So now at this time, I would like to welcome to the podium our student regent, Miss Paige Vadnais.
Good evening, everyone. I would also like to welcome you to this commencement ceremony. This is a wonderful and exciting time for all of us, especially our graduates and their friends and family. Please remember that each graduate and guest deserves to enjoy a ceremony without inappropriate or excessive interruptions. Please do not disrupt the proceedings with prolonged noise or the use of air horns or other such activities. We are so glad you are here, and I hope it's a great day for all. Thank you so much, and Axum Jacks.
Thank you, Ms. Vadnais. And now I would like to invite Dean Dustin Knapp to address the graduates in the College of Liberal and Applied Arts.
Good evening, students. I was told that I could have 2 minutes to address you, so I thought long and hard about what should be included in such a final lecture that you'll receive before you become graduates of SFA. I first considered looking to Google for some inspiration, but knew that my colleagues would rather I search scholarly journals and databases. Then I decided, since I represent the College of Liberal and Applied Arts, that I should actually get up and go to the library to look for physical books and documents. But then I remembered that this was a message for you, the students. So I followed your example and just went to ChatGPT to have a talk written for me. In all seriousness, when I speak with people about the purpose of a college education, I say that it isn't to provide someone with a specific job, but rather to help someone, a graduate, be ready to get any job that they want. During your time as a student at SFA in the College of Liberal and Applied Arts, you have studied English and creative writing, history, philosophy, languages, communication, mass communication, anthropology, sociology, sustainability, geography, public administration, political science, military science, criminal justice, psychology, social work, medical humanities, applied arts and sciences, liberal studies, general studies, and many other fields. Throughout your academic journey, you have been challenged to learn new things, to ask deep questions, to study out a topic, to research new and interesting ideas, and to think in a different way. You have become a student of life, and you are now the person who is prepared to get any job because you have developed the skills necessary to excel in whatever path that you choose. Along the way, you have also been enriched by relationships with friends, faculty, and staff. The value of those relationships will benefit you in your future endeavors just as they have in your past. Considering that, I share one final piece of advice from two great thinkers and adventurers from a past, even my own generation. So in the words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!
It's hard to follow that, Dean Neff, but good evening, everyone. I would also like to welcome you to this evening's commencement ceremony. And I would especially like to welcome all of the friends and family members that are here today. It's very obvious that it often takes the sacrifice of every member of the family for one of these graduates to graduate from an institution of higher education. So congratulations to the entire audience tonight. You've all done it getting here. And to the students graduating today, I want to tell you how proud we are that you chose SFA as your university. Now, we say that we challenge minds and change lives here at SFA, and I think when you reflect on your time here, from your very first class until this celebration today, that your mind has been challenged and your life has been transformed in ways that will help you take on the world. Now, you are graduating at a historic time in the history of the university. You are a centennial year graduate, and your diplomas will include the official centennial logo to commemorate this event. Now, this weekend, 1,419 SFA students will become 1,419 SFA graduates. For some perspective, that is 1,201 more graduates this weekend than the entire enrollment of SFA in 1923. Now, when the university was getting its start 100 years ago, our first president, Dr. Alton Birdwell, in speaking about the new institution, said this about SFA. He said, SFA was destined to become the star of hope to thousands of young men and women. And when these students graduate, they will carry back to their communities the wholesome, strengthening, constructive influence of cultured minds. Like Dr. Birdwell, I am confident that you will represent our university well and have a positive impact in your communities that you will become a member of. Earning a degree is not easy, and you know that better than anyone. And I am very sure that your path from your start until you arrived at this evening has had its share of ups and downs. But through your persistence and through the support and help of your professors and others across the university, you've made it. And I urge you to remain loyal to your university and keep us advised of your successes in the years ahead. And for our faculty, without a strong and committed faculty, none of these graduates would be here today. I would like to thank each faculty member here for your dedication to your discipline, your dedication to your teaching, and your commitment to our university and our students. There is no doubt in my mind that every student graduating today owes a special debt of gratitude to you. Would you collectively stand and let us thank you now? Now, our commencement speaker today is no stranger to an SFA graduation ceremony because he's a lumberjack himself. Jason Downing graduated from SFA in 1992 with a Bachelor of Business Administration degree in accounting and has been an integral part of Deloitte for 30 years. Now, you may know that Deloitte is the largest professional services network by revenue and number of professionals in the world and is considered one of the Big Four accounting firms. During Jason's time at Deloitte, he has worked with a wide range of clients addressing all types of challenging and complex issues. Jason began his career in Deloitte's audit business after his graduation from SFA, and a few years later he transferred to the firm's consulting practice as that segment of the firm grew. He has served as the U.S. leader of Deloitte Private, which is the firm's cross-business focus on private companies, family offices, family businesses, and private equity investors. He has served as the managing partner of Deloitte in North Texas and the Central Region Marketplace leader. And today, Jason's primary management role is serving as the Chief Operating Officer of Deloitte's Clients and Markets Business Unit. In 2020, Jason was elected by his partners to the Board of Directors of Deloitte USA. Now, not only is Jason highly successful in business, he is highly active and a committed leader in his community as well. He has served on the board of directors of the United Way of Metro Dallas from 2012 through 2020, served as chair of that board between 2018 and 2020. He has now served on the board of directors of the United Way Foundation of Metro Dallas since 2021. He served on the Dallas Regional Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and the Dallas Citizens Council Board of Directors between 2012 and 2019, and has served on the Southern Methodist University Cox School of Business Executive Board since 2017. And I think, most importantly, he currently serves on the Board of Directors of the Stephen F. Austin State University Foundation. Now, Jason and his wife, Laura, who's also an SFA graduate, enjoy spending time with their 3 adult daughters and their 1 son-in-law. Would you please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker for today and our fellow lumberjack, Jason Downing.
Thank you, Dr. Westbrook, for such a kind introduction, and good evening, everyone. Please let me add my congratulations to the class of 2023. As was said earlier, this is a big day. Together, let's recognize the members of the Board of Regents, Dr. Westbrook, members of the President's Cabinet and the faculty, and all the family members and supporters who are here today. We're here to celebrate this outstanding accomplishment for all of you, our 2023 graduates. But first, I'm going to ask all of you to join me in another round of applause for those who surrounded you with support to get you to this day. As Dr. Westbrook already told you, I too am a lumberjack. I see you, I am you. It's true that since I sat in your seat 31 years ago, more than a few things have changed in this world. This campus has certainly changed. On a recent visit, my wife and I were here for a board meeting, and we walked the campus, and we relived so many great memories from this place. We also saw that my old dorm has been replaced by a much nicer 4-story housing facility, and you actually have a parking garage, which I'm sure you take for granted today, but back in the late 80s, parking anywhere near this place was a very hot commodity. I was amazed at the evolution that I saw, and you know what? I believe SFA's best days are still ahead. When I sat in your seat, I never would have guessed that one day I would be speaking on this stage with the president of the university and the chair of the Board of Regents by my side. In fact, when I was president of my fraternity here, Dr. Westbrook happened to be the director of student activities. And I was, let's just say I was in and out of his office a lot, but mostly for good reasons, I'm going to say, Dr. Westbrook. Recently, as I was brainstorming about my remarks, I saw a headline that NASA had announced the 4 astronauts who will venture around the moon on the Artemis II mission. I started reading about how they'll have to navigate the moon's gravitational field and massive G-forces. And that got me thinking about some other G-forces around us. I realized there was one staring right back at me on my computer, Google. Many of you might be from places like Gregg County or Gilmer, Garland, or Grapevine. Those are all forces that shape us. But there are other broader G-forces too, that not only the ones that act on us, but forces that we can harness. And today I'd like to explore with you 3 of those G-forces that I'm challenging you to channel and propel you forward in this next chapter of your lives. They are gratitude, grit, and growth. So the first G-force that all lumberjacks should harness, I believe, is gratitude. Our time at SFA has left us with so much to be grateful for: a great education, lifelong friendships, and leadership experience. This university is truly one of the precious gems of Texas, and I made a lucky choice coming here. But the biggest gifts SFA gave me are the deep relationships that I cultivated while I was here. I'm grateful for my lasting friendship with Dr. Westbrook, who graciously invited me to speak today. I'm grateful to be up here with my good friend, Karen Gregory Gant, another G-force for sure, who I met while attending SFA and who's now the chair of the Board of Regents. Those relationships did not happen by accident. They're rooted in our close-knit SFA community. Here we have the opportunity to learn in smaller classrooms with lots of interaction and group dynamics, which serves us all well in the real world. Our professors have a genuine stake in our success, and we get to know each other in a way that many other schools just can't provide. I remember going to class one day, and I was obviously very, very sick. But it was a tough accounting class, and I needed a really good grade. So I took the test, and after the test, my professor pulled me aside and asked, "Mr. Downing, what are you doing here? You need to see a doctor." When I told him I could not get an on-campus appointment, he literally took me into his office, picked up the phone, and called his personal doctor to see me that very day. He cared, that mattered, and I have never forgotten. That type of relationship is not that uncommon here, but let's remember just how special it really is. Let's be grateful for the bonds that we forged at SFA and pay it forward in our other relationships, in our families, in our communities, and our careers. My challenge to you is to express that gratitude by creating opportunities for others, whether that's giving back to SFA to create the next generation of lumberjacks, or raising your hand to volunteer in your local community or church. The second G-force I'd like to discuss is grit. Now, I'll admit, I'm preaching to the choir here because grit is something you've already got in spades. In fact, it's what's gotten you all the way here to your college graduation. It's in our DNA as lumberjacks, along with humility and determination. But what you may not know is just how valuable that grit is and how far it's going to take you in life. How do I know? Well, I don't need to look any further than my old college friends. They're attorneys, real estate professionals, educators, bankers, even professional athletes. One of them is a top executive at a pharmaceutical company. Another runs a tech startup that counts Dell and HP and some of their biggest clients. Another built and sold a revolutionary healthcare company. One even started his own brewery in Dallas that now distributes to all the hottest restaurants and bars in the area. Now, my friends, he's a true SFA self-starter. He did not just complain about the terrible beer we all drank at Sigma Chi parties. He actually did something about it. But seriously, it's no coincidence that we all started here at SFA. Jacks don't slack, and like our real woodsman namesakes, we work hard from the ground up, one swing of the axe at a time. We're humble, hardworking, reliable, and tenacious. And let me tell you, from someone who's made my fair share of hiring decisions, those traits are going to take you further than so many others who may have a sense of entitlement or superiority. In fact, at Deloitte, I often joke with our new hires that if you want to make partner in Dallas, you had better be an SFA grad because there are a whole bunch of us in the leadership ranks. So it's important to remain humble, but make sure you don't sell yourself short because we need your grit more than ever for the challenges the world faces today. It's time to roll up our sleeves lumberjack style and tackle those challenges with determination. Now, the third G-force I want to touch on is growth. By this point, SFA has taught you tried and true skills that will stand the test of time. Public speaking, working in teams, connecting with folks from all walks of life and different backgrounds. These are all important foundations for growth, and no matter how much the world changes, these skills will continue to serve you well. But the fact is, time will bring change. For your generation, it's not unusual for you to even change your career, maybe several times over. You'll have to learn new skills and new technologies, or you'll risk becoming out of touch with reality. You've got to hold on to your curiosity and hunger for new perspectives. Change can feel uncomfortable, but trust yourself and push yourself to keep growing. When I first joined Deloitte back in 1992, some of our leaders at that time were pretty skeptical about these new portable computers that, by the way, were the size of suitcases at that time. Now, I had studied technology here, and I believed they were going to change the world and help us do our jobs better, but some just didn't buy it. I'll never forget one partner who told me, "Those computers, they're just a fad and a waste of our time and money. Mine is never leaving the trunk of my car." Now, needless to say, his mind would be blown today by some of the work Deloitte's doing to help our clients around technology, like trustworthy artificial intelligence, cloud computing, sustainability, and cybersecurity. None of those things were things we were doing in the early 90s, but they're every day today. I've never forgotten that, and even now in my leadership roles, I challenge myself not to be that guy who dismisses new or unfamiliar ideas. That means listening closely to my daughters who are your age, to my younger colleagues, and to you and your generation. Growth is the harder path, make no mistake, but if you commit to it, you'll also find it's a renewable force for joy. There's real joy in admitting that we have more to learn, that discovering new dimensions about ourselves and helping others achieve their full potential. You and you alone must motivate yourselves to grow, but SFA is a powerful springboard to launch you on that path. Class of 2023, I see you, I am you. I sat where you are 31 years ago, and one day I know you'll realize many of your goals and dreams like I have. You can't possibly know exactly where you're going to be in 30 years, but I promise you'll be amazed at where that road leads you, just like I have been. SFA gave you what you need, and you've got what it takes: deep gratitude, true grit, and the work ethic to continue to grow. If you keep investing in yourselves, you'll go places that you can't even imagine. Graduates, you are the most powerful G-forces taking this stage today. As you set off on your own trajectories, I hope you reflect on your time here and how it shaped you. Remember, you are a G-force to be reckoned with. Thank you and congratulations.
Jason, on behalf of the university and our graduating class, I want to thank you for being our speaker tonight. And we have a token of our appreciation for you serving as our speaker. We're so very proud of all of your accomplishments to date, and also very proud of the many that I'm sure are yet to come. Thank you.
What an outstanding message. G-forces, gratitude, grit, and growth. Well, graduates, you actually exercised gratitude, grit, and growth while you were here on this campus. And now let's actually look at the result of it and start that celebration. So, will the candidates for the master's degree please rise? President Westbrook, each of these candidates has completed the appropriate course of study for the master's degree, and each is recommended to you by the graduate faculty and dean of graduate studies as being qualified for the rights and privileges of a person of wisdom.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the appropriate master's degree. Will you please come forward?
The Graduate School, Dr. Cheryl Jerez, Interim Dean. Ashley Lacole Adams. Leslie L. Alberson. Tara Nicolette Allen. Neri Amaya. Arisbet Arias. Natasha Renee Arnett. Paul Brian Ani. Aide Bañuelos. LaJoyce Michelle Bowie. Miranda Gale Boyd. Samantha Morgan Brownell. Maria Guadalupe Caldera. Katrina Taylor Cameron. Gwendolyn Marie Casey Hines. Molly Emma Crowder. Octavia Vashana Daniels. Tatiana Dejanay Darthur. Carisbeth de la Paz Castillo. Shelby Lynn Dean. Cecilia Kristen Douglas Garner. Rachel May Defina. Desiree Fleming. Kelly Diran Foley. Allison Christine Garza. Anna Rosa Hartman. Alexis Lynn Hogger Foxhoven. Jaylee Rayanna Havard. Maria Christina Hollins. Erlisha D. Holman. Hannah Teresa Rose Horn. Caitlin Louise Humphreys. Giovanni Owen Jacobs. Jeremy Jerome Jeffrey. Sydney Kayla Joe. Reagan Elise Jones. Daniel Joseph. Heather Jean Menzies. Ashley Elizabeth Michael. Samantha Montoya. Brittany Linnell Mosley. Deja Ann Shantae Nevels. Brianna M. Norris Wilcox. Joanna P. Odom. Islet Olivares. Melinda Pettit. Jennifer Betancourt Parra. Michaela Elise Ramos. Jennifer Joanne Rios. Erin Elizabeth Rock. Avery Lane Rumsey. Jade Nicole C. Max Bennett Siegel. Maria Semenichenko. Valicia D. Shepard. Samaya Siobhan Stone. Brandy May Story Odie. Nicola Street. Macy Danae Stringer. Taylor Cole Talavera. Elizabeth Turner. Natalie Louise Upchurch. Callie Ann Wallace. Karen May Wright. Daniel Cantu. Autumn Mackenzie Grant. Hummel. Ryan Eric Hunke. Meredith Lorraine Janning. Sierra Lorin Kraus. Rebecca Elizabeth Malott. Mario Enrique Munguia Esquivel. Harris June Nikravish. Marielle Elise Olivier. Brandon Kane Cersei. Alicia Nicole St. Germain. Emily Sabra Sutton. Alexandria May Wall. Lauren Elizabeth Ward. Katrina Ann Weber. Darius Jalil Williams. Mackenzie A. Rogers. Audra Rose Backus. Monique Isabel Villegas.
One more round of applause for him. And now, will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? All right. President Westbrook. President Westbrook, each of these candidates has completed requirements for the baccalaureate degree, and each is recommended to you by the faculty and the Council of Deans as being qualified for the rights and privileges of a person of reason.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I confer upon each of you the appropriate bachelor's degree. Will you please come forward?
The College of Liberal and Applied Arts, Dr. M. Dustin Knaps, Dean. Nicholas Santiago Alfaro. Sarah Rose Allen. Graduating cum laude, Trinity Red Feather Altemeyer. Seth Allen Arizola. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, April Leanne Biscamp. Graduating magna cum laude, Abigail Hope Molden. Evie Rose Budd. Graduating summa cum laude, Catherine Michelle Rodacoli. Graduating cum laude, Christopher Campos Gonzalez. Elizabeth Ann Cockrell. Ashley Marie Cockrell. Graduating summa cum laude, Jordan Allen Coleman. Graduating summa cum laude, Mary Caitlin Dishman. Brian Michael Duran. Graduating cum laude, Glacia Victoria Esposito. Graduating magna cum laude, Austin Charles Farmer. Graduating magna cum laude, Abigail Grace Feartag. Graduating cum laude, Grace Elaine Fallon. Graduating summa cum laude, Owen Michael Feldhauser. Marissa Marie Faust. Christopher Ty Gaines. Graduating cum laude, Emily Joy Gibson. Morgan Rachel Harvey. Jordan Andrew Hebert. Graduating cum laude, Karina Lisette Hernandez. Jennifer Morales. Graduating magna cum laude, University Scholar, Mary Elizabeth Monet. Caleb Shane Moore. Graduating cum laude, Maya Kathleen Morris. Graduating magna cum laude, Emily Grace Nava. Graduating summa cum laude, Matthew Milam Navarro. Tanner McKinley Nelson. Graduating magna cum laude, Haley Joanne Norris. Brandy Emily Sunun Hernandez. Julianne Christine Pacheco. Graduating cum laude, Madeline Victoria Parrish. Allison Nicole McCutcheon. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Martheus Lamar Perkins. Graduating summa cum laude, Second Lieutenant Brady James Philbrook. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Jessica Lynn Reed. Scott Kenneth Repassi. Graduating magna cum laude, Samuel Bradley Reynolds. Joshua Richard Schaefer. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Aaron N. Schuster. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Caitlin Claire Shrewsbury. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Second Lieutenant John Austin Skinner. Joshua Aaron Smetzer. Ashlyn Carol Stokes. Graduating magna cum laude, Joanna Estella Struby. Sydney K. Thrasher. Graduating summa cum laude, Alexis Grace Todd. Graduating summa cum laude, Ryan Elizabeth Wallace. Aurora Elizabeth Wall. Aldane Janila Way. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Caitlin Page Whitsett. Christina Williams. Graduating magna cum laude, Natalie Michelle Wright. Sally Mildred Bays. Graduating magna cum laude, Jacob Franklin Beck. Graduating cum laude, Rhonda K. Daly Christopher. Dalton Wyatt Jetalina. Kayla Luann Mazio. Graduating magna cum laude, Sandra Ann Meyer. Graduating cum laude, Bill Riley Perry. Viviana Santoyo Padilla. Graduating cum laude, Jason Couch. Tyler Aubra Bain.
Liliana Isabella Anaya.
Keandra Nicole Johnson. Graduating cum laude, Cara Pittman. Graduating summa cum laude, Tristan I. Seidel. Graduating magna cum laude, Corbin Robert Allen. Jordan Roxana Armstrong. Laura Christine Barry. Jalen Micah Bolden. Berkeley Reese Bressman. Graduating cum laude, Lily Camarillo. Callie Gail Cargill. Graduating cum laude, Asia Michelle Carr. Amaya Ayana Coakley. Daria Noel Duke. Graduating summa cum laude, Caroline Annette Edwards. Patience Lane Evans. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Shelby K. Farmer. Rachel Evelyn Farrell. Graduating summa cum laude, Annalise Lynn Flatt. Graduating University Scholar, Jade Noel Garcia. Reagan Lorraine Garza. Hayden Edward George. Graduating summa cum laude, Alexander Blake Gilmore. Graduating summa cum laude, Naya Ann Goodwin. Broderick Jermaine Grooms, Jr. Alicia Ivana Guerra. Giselle Sarayi Guzman. Rachel Ann Harper. Diamond Ann Renee Harris. Alexis Juliana Jasso. Robin Marie Kelly. Brooklyn Elizabeth Killen. Graduating summa cum laude, University Scholar, Natalie M. King. James Lee.
Colton Davin Long.
Isabella Rose McAllister. Graduating cum laude, Julianne Nicole McGinnis. Graduating magna cum laude, Second Lieutenant Trevor Cole Melton. Graduating magna cum laude, Roslyn Marie Mendoza. Devin Charles Miles. Nyla Shanae Mitchell. Graduating magna cum laude, Cameron Rayanne Melendez. Graduating cum laude, Covey Montez. Graduating summa cum laude, Carrie Ann Mullins. Dorian Eric Mundy. Graduating summa cum laude, Thomas Dwayne Pacifico. McKenna Jade Parsons. Megan Olivia Pennington. Caprice Catherine Ransom Redman. Emma Sandra Scholes. Justin Anthony Sims. Sarah Kathleen Slezak. Alexis Diane Spencer. Graduating cum laude, Jacob Dallas Stone. Graduating summa cum laude, Brooke Danae Sumbles. Graduating summa cum laude, Jenny Marie Summers. Noah David Tandy. Kristen Sarah Taylor. Graduating magna cum laude, Jillian Lewis Thomas. Graduating cum laude, Brandon Douglas Vanetta. Reagan Danae Vaughn. Kiara Brachet Walker. Candace Lynn Williams. Graduating summa cum laude, Carson Ashley Williams. Ashley Nicole Wilson. Graduating cum laude, Gavin Jameson Winders. Caitlin Alana Woodard. Graduating cum laude, Melissa Rose Wysowski. Graduating summa cum laude, Tristan Ray Alvarez. Graduating cum laude, Tammy Lynn Anders. Emos Jonaika Bonilla. Brianna Hoke Brown. Belinda Elaine Buard. Chelsea Buford. Graduating cum laude, Kaylee Renee Bull. Graduating magna cum laude, Mackenzie Page Burgay. Tabitha Elaine Burney. Elizabeth Elaine Carpenter. Marisol Contreras. Elena Ann Daniel. Graduating cum laude, Hadley Morgan Derrick. Christina Lee Foz. Graduating cum laude, Sierra Lorraine Ford. Karen Naomi Fuentes Marin. Reagan Simone Grant. Graduating magna cum laude, Jacob Ramsey Grayson. Teresa Gay Graber. Alexandria Trishelle Griffin. Tiffany Renee Griffin. Grace Lene Hamilton. Leona Sierra Marie Hansen. Brandy Renee Harrington. Caitlin Nicole Hull. Riley Mackenzie Humphreys. Kylene Gay Hunter. Graduating magna cum laude, University Scholar, Alasia Michelle Johnson. Lauren Elizabeth Jonesy. Graduating summa cum laude, Shakori Lachey Kelly. Gwendolyn Sade Leach. Madeline Jewel Lyles. Alexa Pilar Llanas. Graduating cum laude, Kate Mares. Graduating cum laude, Chelsea Rose McAnear. Graduating summa cum laude, Brianna Pearl McNeil. Jasmine Mendoza. Graduating cum laude, Val Elaine Modisette. Graduating magna cum laude, Jeremiah Raylene Mosley. Graduating summa cum laude, Sierra Raylene Mosley. Graduating summa cum laude, Lauren Olivia Muirhead. Marley Joanna Murphy. Graduating cum laude, Farron Grace Oldnettle.
Cindy Paz.
Stephanie Perez. Alexis Sade Pierce. Graduating cum laude, Emily Rachel Powell. Paige Nicole Reeds. Abby Ray Sanchez. Kayera Jeree Sanders. Morgan Lee Scruggs. Graduating cum laude, Mackenzie Hope Skaggs. Luciane Haleevalu Taloa. Graduating magna cum laude, Sheridan Elizabeth Taylor. Alexis Antoinette Wallace. Tiffany A. Westbrook. Graduating summa cum laude, Teresa Robin White. Lynetta Latane Williams. Janelle Mukasa. Shelby Kara Sykes.
Now, this event is being live streamed, and so we would like to recognize a few of our fellow lumberjacks who were unable to participate in person. So if I can draw your attention to the screen above.
Oshana
All right, friends and family, as we near the conclusion of our ceremony, I want to again thank you for joining in this celebration of the accomplishments of our graduates today. As I said, it's a big deal. It is a major milestone for our graduates. And as you know, friends and family, our lives are like a vapor in the air that vanishes so quickly. And we must savor these moments, these special moments of celebration. There's never going to be another day like today. This is the day made for us, so let us rejoice and be glad in it. So once again, please join me, loud, enthusiastic round of applause for our graduates. Mr. Craig Turnage will now offer brief congratulatory remarks to our graduates. Following his remarks, please stand and join Miss Nita Hudson in singing the university song. You will find the words at the back of your program, or you can follow the words on the screen. At the conclusion of the university song, the platform party will depart, followed by the academic recession. Guests and students will be dismissed by section by the announcer.
On behalf of the SFA Alumni Association, over 120,000 living SFA alumni, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you into the alumni family. Congratulations. We look forward to you attending our Alumni Network events in your area. Now, for those of you that wear the SFA ring, it is time for you to turn the SFA ring around where the SFA is facing away from you as a symbol to the world that you're a proud SFA alumnus. Graduates, move your tassels. Congratulations. See you at homecoming and Axum Jacks.